Now, is this actually a video or is that a picture?
That's a video.
Okay, hi, everybody wave. Last time it was a picture for like the first 5 minutes. And then we stopped. I was like, wait a second.
See, it's really hard not to do that.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to do today is crow time. Okay, so we're going to have this. What is that? At the beginning of every single session, because I want to hear what you guys did this last week that was good. Okay, now sometimes you're like, oh, well, I don't want to share what I did, or what did I do that was great, or, you know. So
Don't call the camera.
So you're going to pick whatever, even if you feel like you didn't do anything, find something. What did you do that was positive? Now, you guys were all in this class. I know that last week you guys all did something, okay? So what were the things that were positive or that you were excited about that you did or that happened or that you sold or whatever for last week? Okay, so this is not like go around. I want you guys all to talk, probably, if you want to. But somebody start.
I held my first skincare class.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun.
How many people were there?
There was 6, including
Nice.
the lady.
How do you feel like you did?
You know, I did really well, but what I didn't do, my daughter and my granddaughter stepped up and put in for me, so that was really good.
What do you mean by that, though? What did?
Well, what the color, getting the color just right and stuff like that. They stepped in and were able to say, oh no, maybe try this one. And so and that worked out really well.
Good. Benefits of having family members in the business, huh?
I know.
That's awesome.
They show up at your skincare classes.
Awesome. Somebody else. Something else that you guys did this last week.
Yesterday, I had my first kind of skincare class party with 2 ladies.
Nice.
It turned out very well. They fell in love with the product. One of them is very interested in purchasing the Ultimate Miracle set. So I'm trying to connect with her and get back to her on that, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. How do you... Come on in. Yay, no, you're totally fine. Come in, just shut the door for the video.
We just finished it.
We saved you guys seats. Oh, awesome. Welcome. Okay, so we're having crow time right now. So that's just sharing positive things that we did or that happened over this last week. Nice jacket.
I know. That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Super cute. You're probably roasting outside, but you look adorable.
It wasn't as hot up there.
As it is here. Okay, other things. So you were saying you did a skincare class with 2 people. Now, did you do the individual clothes at the end?
I didn't get a chance to do it because one of the girls had to leave, but I did get to talk further with my host.
Got it.
I get to talk further with her.
Yeah.
The only downside was I didn't have the product on hand because I thought if I had it, then I would have had an automatic sale.
Yep. And you know that, and so we're working on that. But that is the most frustrating thing, right? When you actually get to it and you're like, okay, what would you like to order? Instead of take home, because you know if they have it to take home, if they touch it and they feel it, it's just...
I did explain to her at the beginning, it's like, so I am new, I don't have anything right now, I can't order it for you if you really, really, really want it, and she still is very interested,
Okay.
so that disclaimer at the beginning kind of helped a bit. Yeah. I did a disclaimer, and she was like,
Okay, well, we'll get you going real quick. Other things, great things that happened this last week.
I did a facial and sold almost $200.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
She bought the Miracle set and some other stuff.
Now, this was your, like, feisty lady, right? Okay,
She's
share
a little
it a little bit. Scoot forward a little bit so everybody on video can see you, too. Share a little bit about her personality and why you still met with her and how that worked.
Okay, well, she's my stepmom's neighbor, so I do know her, but I don't really know her. And I had given her a catalog and shared with her that I was doing Mary Kay. And so then she calls me a few days later and asked me about a couple questions about different products. And then I had gone over to her house because I was already over there. And she just kind of went, I don't know the word, I guess snappy. Well, what about this? Okay, well, what about that? And it says you're going to give me a facial. And I'm like, okay, Mary, no problem. When would you like to do that? So we set up a time, and then when I went over there, and she kept asking me about the brush, the Skin Vigorate brush. I just want that brush. Do you have that brush? Are you sure you have that brush? And I'm, we'll get to the brush, Mary. Let's do the whole facial. She was a little bit scary and intimidating, but it turned out to be really fun.
Awesome. Good. And clearly she loved it because she passed it. Yes. Now, initially that started as she just wanted the brush, right?
Correct.
And then as soon as, like, Kimberly eased some of her fears about other things, she was like, okay, now what about a facial? You know, and doing that whole thing, you end up with a $200 sale versus a $50 sale. So, awesome. Other great things that you did or that happened this last week?
I had a small party with a couple younger girls, and they've been buying things. They're like going to college.
Yeah.
It was a really good experience. And then I had a facial with two of my friends, Katie and Krista, and my friend Katie bought a roll-up bag from me.
The $2.99.
Yeah.
Nice.
Krista, she wants to be my consultant.
And she did her first 2 sharing appointments with both of those ladies yesterday. So they came in here and we did that sharing appointment. And great, really quality girls. Both people that I would love to work with. So hopefully, Krista was the one that was sitting here.
Yeah, that was Krista.
Okay, all right. So they're both doing their selling contest right now to see if they can earn the money for their kit. So have they started? Did they sell anything yet?
They're starting text messages on the way home.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Other great things that you did that happened this week.
I had a facial and I made $39 from it.
Nice.
And then 600 and something party on Monday.
Yeah, Monday night at the meeting, y'all.
Nice.
Over $600 in sales. I mean, just incredible. So, and let's congratulate both these 2 women are now Ruby Star consultants. So that is going to change the way that you do business. It's going to be so much fun. And right away, you can already tell people, I mean, I know you guys have already earned prizes, but that you're earning more and that they're coming forward and getting things from Mary Kay's the company, like my little video screen, my little dual DVD player that I'm going to put in my car. So awesome. Other things to crow about. Things that happened. You helped out with the skincare class, I heard. Yeah. So just learning what you're doing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gina?
My sister makes it.
Oh, that's right. She came and did sharing appointments with us, huh?
Both my sisters came and did sharing appointments.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So, and you've earned your pearl earrings now, and so has Jenny, and you guys have both earned your necklaces. Your necklace is on its way, coming. And I feel like, what? Well, stop making faces behind me.
Sorry. I wasn't. She was asking about something and I was like, wait, what?
I'm very easily distracted. I used to be a teacher, right? I see when people are trying to talk across the room. Anyway, what was I talking about?
I need to learn.
Stop. No. Stop. Let's use our voices.
Because
she talks at the same time. Right?
You can talk, so I understand what you're saying. Because I only know one thing in sign language, and I can't say that right now.
What was I just talking about, though?
But we wouldn't know.
Pearls. Oh, okay. So here's something, y'all, that I feel like I'm really, really excited about with this course and this session is that I feel like everybody. Have you done any sharing appointments yet?
I haven't, but I have 2 ladies who are interested.
Okay, and you're brand new. So, but that everybody else at this table so far has already done at least one sharing appointment. Okay, if not more. Yeah. In fact, who has people coming at noon today? 1, 2, and who's got people coming at 1? Look at that. Great. So keep putting in those numbers, and that will move you forward as far as other things. So really quick, I want you to rack your brain, and next week you'll know to come with these numbers if you don't know them right off the top of your head. How many faces did you see last week? And now take the week thing with a grain of salt. Is that what you say, a grain of salt? I was going to say a grain of rice. Different. That's our product measurements. Because remember, our weeks are Sunday through Saturday, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about since last Thursday when we met to last night, because I don't think you've had a chance to do any faces yet today. How many facials did you do? How many people did you put products on their face? Okay, and then we have that star chart right over there, and there's stars down at the bottom, and I want you to go put your stars on your name and go across. That middle row is for faces. Okay, so it's a face race. You guys
now?
Yes. Ready, set, go.
Okay.
From last week, yeah, last Thursday. And count anybody that came on Thursday. They're right on that little table there.
I
There's
thought
a
she
whole
said
package
20
of them.
stars. Yay!
Right? And then, Becky, you need to put a star in your star consultant. So do you guys see how I'm tracking there? Do you want to flip that around and show
I'm
everybody?
trying to count how many I did.
Yeah. And you'll want to like bring your profile cards or the party tracking sheet. I gave that out to you guys all last week, right? So that's actually,
I need one of those.
I know, yeah, and that's something that I didn't talk about on last week's
So
meeting.
even if you're doing the online course, we're still putting you on this chart to
Yes.
keep track.
Amanda's not up on there yet, but we will as soon as she has numbers to put in.
So the different course things, we're doing a face race, sharing appointment race, and then just what you've completed throughout the course.
It was actually kind of funny. I was washing my own face one morning, getting ready for work, and my roommate's girlfriend was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just doing the whole face thing. You want to join me?" And did kind of like an impromptu little practice.
Oh, those are the best. You know, who is it that talks about bathroom facials?
Oh,
Is
she
it
did a speech.
Ari?
I think so.
Ari that talks about bathroom
Stay there,
facials.
PJs. I'll just come over.
Yeah, 15 minutes, you know, and you just do the evening routine.
Oh, you put one for each of them?
And then, yeah, one for each face that you did. We're going to see who can, does a go appointment count? Does it what? No, it's products on the face.
All right.
Yep. Sorry. We are actually tracking sales through this as well. So that is where the party tracking sheet's going to really come in. So make sure that you guys have that. I need to probably write that down to make sure that anybody that doesn't has it and that you guys know what to do with it. I want to see those every week. So write that down when you come back.
Now it shows them.
Can we count our own face?
You're all morning and night and morning.
It's
Golly.
so much. That's
I know. Well, you should be. I don't know why I'm holding scissors. They're like my pointers.
Okay.
That's scary.
Okay. Don't talk behind my back.
She's not talking. She's just
She's signing.
not even signing. She's just being expressive. and not-
Making faces. I did.
Yeah, it was gonna
Really
say
good. Really pretty.
Well, because we were recording.
Totally fine. We still are.
We
can edit
weren't.
this out. This can be edited out.
No, this is fun. I think that people that aren't here should get to be experience what it's like to be here. Now, I know this may be a training for later, and sorry about that if you're all watching this and this was like 2 years ago, but whatever. So, do you guys have your party tracking sheet with you? Pull it out if you do, because I want to know who started a brain book, because wasn't that some of your homework last week to start your brain book? Okay. So if you haven't started that, write that down again. A brain book is just a binder with paper, fantastic, and dividers. Okay, and you what?
I have stuff for it.
Great. So there you go. It started. But you want to have dividers, and then make sure that you have different sections, you know, for the different things that you're tracking. But tracking is so important. So that party tracking sheet, that's not. You're just gonna know that.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So the party, who has it out? Like I want to see it. No, it's not that one. It says party tracking sheet up at the top.
Did we get
Do you have one on?
I did, yeah.
You have a party.
Does anybody have the party tracking sheet here?
Let me see if I do.
Woohoo! Look at all those faces last week. You guys, round of applause for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do later is I'm going to put numbers across the top. This course has changed from a 10-week course to a 12-week course, so which we all knew it was going to go past this anyways. But so the requirements. Remember how I was saying like there's 10, but you have to at least do 8. Well, now there's 12. You have to at least do 10. You'll do all of them. No worries. And it's
No,
going
that's
to change to
accomplished.
60 faces instead of 50 because we have a whole extra 2 weeks. But that is because the star consultant bonuses that we get as directors, the qualification time period goes by the end of September. I thought it was ending September 15th, but it's the end of September. Star consultant still ends September 15th, so we'll get you guys there by that point. And then, but
It looks
the
like this.
red jacket thing.
I don't think I do.
We didn't get these. You gave accomplishments.
No, I did. I swear on my life.
I swear you didn't.
No.
I did.
No,
I don't have
Did.
one.
I did.
Are these extra? Please, I will print you more. You did not get one. Who does not have one with you? Okay, take them all. Okay, so you are going to take these because I'm going to replace Emily's. And you are,
One more.
one more? And you are going to download, will somebody jiggle put your finger on the mouse? Or, yeah, fake mouse. There you go. Do you guys all know about the discount card to Office Max / Office Depot? Yes? Mostly no. Okay, if you go to MK Connections, which I'm going to do a lot on the computer with you today, but if you go to MK Connections, so ordering MK Connections, and then there's a whole page with all the discounts you can get as Mary Kay consultants. Check that out. There's cell phone discounts and everything. But there is an Office Depot discount card, and you have to like click learn more, see card, something. Print the card, or even you can like bring it up on your phone and screenshot it. That's what I do because I lose cards. So I just show it to them when I get to Office Max. Now, I don't go to Office Depot here in Reading for the print center because I have had nothing but bad experiences. So I go to Office Max for their print center, and I love them. Okay, and so you go there, you get 2 cent black and white copies. So your fabulous sheets, your referral sheets, get like 100, 200, 300 of those made, and it's like $6 for 300 of them. Now you can even print on colored paper, and they don't charge you for the colored paper. So that's why I have a lot better hot pink, because it's just fun to have different colors. So go out, print yourself a bunch of these, 52 for the year. You want one of these, well, oh no, sorry, these are per month. But you're going to need 2 to 3 of these per month. So get them printed double-sided. Okay, so if you're doing 10 parties a month, then you'll have 1 double-sided page per month of these. So print out, 15, 20 of them, and just have them in there so that you can just go through and keep track. Anytime I want to know anything about any customer that I've seen anytime in the past, instead of going to my profile cards, I'm going to go here first. Because I want to know, like Emily ran into a customer of mine at Market Fest that was upset that I hadn't contacted her. It's like, it's been a couple months, and yes, you bought a roll bag, and my phone number's on everything, and maybe I should call you, and I haven't, but you have my number too. Like, I didn't know why she was upset. But she's a little bit interesting of a person. So, all I know is her name's Sherry. And I remember who she is, but I don't see her in this stack right here, and I'll explain this is my PCP Preferred Customer Program stack. I didn't see her in here. So, maybe I just missed her or something, but I can very clearly go back on this, find somebody named Sherry who bought a $2.99 roll-up bag that was, a couple of months ago, and have her information. If I don't do this, you're going to be lost. So this gives you the hostess and her guests. You can kind of trace things back to where they came from. Okay? So do this for everything. Start as of last Thursday. Okay? Put your name, the month, how many parties you want to hold in the month, your hostess's name. Now the date is up at the top, right? The very top person is your hostess's name. Okay? And then her guest. Now there's 6 here. If there's more, use a second thing. If you have a bunch of facials, you can use one thing and just write facials on the top and have one of them that's just for facials and put the date on each one. Definitely put their phone number on there. Because I can go back and I can text everybody that I facialed last month. Because their phone numbers are all right here, and I have to go looking them up by date and figuring them out. Because I see a lot of people. Amount collected versus full retail value. There's 2 different options there, right? This is our difference between exactly what went off our shelf. So a $360 roll-up bag, or $65 or whatever it is, versus we charge $2.99. So you want to know how much money you brought in, and then you want to know the full retail value, which is what you need to replace on your shelf. Now, when you say what you sold, you go by the full retail value. Okay? So when somebody says, I had an $1,800 party, they may have only made $1,500, but they sold $1,800 worth of stuff. Does that make sense? Okay. So make sure to keep track of that. Do your totals at the end. How many guests did you have?
Don't include tax on those totals.
That's exactly what I was about to say, yeah. Don't include tax. Tax is a wash. We never have to track tax. Except for your non-recovered. You can do that on your weekly accomplishment sheet. Which, congratulations, and I appreciate the 4 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, that turned yours in. It was the first week. It was only like half a week anyways. You're going to watch the thing. You're going to know all about it. And we're uploading the first training. It's uploaded now?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so we'll send you off the link. We'll put it in our Facebook group. The link to last week's training. So if you go, oh, I totally forgot how to do that, go back and watch it again. Okay? Now, we didn't actually video last week, so we did a one with Jessica. No, Gina. Gina. I was like, no, you were working. So we didn't do it actually on the computer, but we did walk through the paper one. Okay, so hopefully that will jog your memory enough to be able to go and do those weekly accomplishment sheets. If you have questions, we're a phone call away. Okay. Marketing, A through D. Every single time you facial somebody, you have to do that 10 perfect reasons. Okay, that's called working your business full circle, right? You're making sure that you're offering the Mary Kay opportunity to everybody and giving them an opportunity to tell you whether they want more information or not. So, grab one of those. The 10 perfect reasons to consider Mary Kay as a business. You can find this on my myqueenbees.com. So it's under, there's a What You Want tab, and then we're going to be working on that website some. And then under there, I think it's on recruiting. Okay, so I had mine laminated so that I don't have to worry about crinkly papers all the time. We do get a discount at Office Max and Kinko's as well. So print some in color, get them laminated, take them with you to your parties, and then
even if you tell them not to fill this out, they still do, and then you go through so many copies of them.
Yeah. So when it's laminated, they won't actually write on them. And then the ABCD at the end is where you find this here, ABCD, interest level of Mary Kay Cosmetics as a business. So you know, who did I follow up with? Who should I follow up with? Okay. Future hostess, date of party. Did you get future bookings? Okay. So if you did, here's the date that you have booked that party. If you don't have a date, it's not booked.
Okay.
Okay. So people say, oh yeah, I've got like, I don't know, 5 bookings. Like, really? Do you have those on dates in your date book? Well, no, I'm just talking to the girls about it. Those aren't bookings. Because those are going to happen tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It may never happen. Okay, until you have a date and a time on that date book, it's not booked. So figure out when those future bookings are. How many did you get from your party? Track your numbers. There were 4 people there. I got 2 future bookings. That's a good ratio. Okay, keep those numbers. Interview. Who are you sharing the business opportunity with? Now, some people may sign up right away. So that's the sign-up date right there. But you can go back to this. So you have your interview, you know, like, let's say the next day. And then if they signed up, and you're going to put the date that they signed up was the following day after that or whatever. Okay, so you can see how you're working your business full circle. Okay, now what is not on here is a spot for reorders. And then, you know, confirming whether those parties held or those interviews held and whatnot. I just made this myself, so what I do for reorders is I generally just put them on the back. Or you could, if you have it double-sided, have a spot for facials, have a spot for reorders, so that you can track what you're selling every week. You can do it on your weekly accomplishment sheet as well. That's fantastic. It's a good way to do it. But I just like having this paper version that's very clean and clear for me to see with everybody's information. And the weekly accomplishment sheet does not give you a spot to write all of your guests' names with their phone numbers. Okay, so this is your personal tracking. So I want you guys to fill this out and bring it back next week, filled out. And go ahead and fill it out retroactively for this last week. Yeah, last week. So those faces are going to be documented on here. Okay, so that next week when you come in, and you can draw, you know, a line across or something for the weeks. Next week when you come in, we'll see how many parties did you have, how many faces. You won't have to rack your brain to remember. You'll just go, oh, there was like 12. Great. 12 stickers. Okay? Make sense? Questions about this? Okay. You're all going to bring it next week?
Yep.
Big and bold homework. Party tracking sheet. And brain book, if you don't have it yet, make sure that you have a binder with paper and dividers, and you can put these things in, and I have a 3-hole punch if you need it. Okay? All right. So, who did PCP yesterday?
I got my mom's computer.
Nope.
And I fell asleep.
A couple of y'all fell asleep. Okay, so I apologize for not getting you the information sooner. It's a very tricky thing that they're doing. It showed up earlier, and another new one is open as of today. And so I only saw the one that said opening July 15th or 16th, and we've never had them overlap or be right next to each other. So I said, oh, it opens July 16th. And didn't realize that there was one that was already open. So they have changed from 4 lookbooks a year to 5, and that's where the shift is happening, because there's going to be a holiday book that shows up earlier. So what they do with Preferred Customer Program, they give you a month to enroll your customers. Okay, and I'm going to go through and show you exactly what that looks like right now. or in a few minutes. But they're going to give you a month to enroll your customers. But they're not getting that catalog for a month later. So the open enrollment was from June 16th to July 15th for the one that was just closed. They won't send that out until after August 15th. And it's usually about August 20th or 21st, it used to be. Maybe it's a little bit earlier now, that they get it. Okay? So the one that just opened today is open from July 16th to August 15th. They will get that catalog. What's after August? September? Mm-hmm. September.
Oh, good.
So that's only a month?
Yeah.
Or is it 2 months? August, yeah, it's only a month. So if that's the way it's going to work, which that's the way it has worked in the past. So this catalog that's coming out next is not going to be a huge long one. I'm sure they can overlap. But then we're going to have like a holiday book. So they're bringing the holiday book out early so that you could have more time for holiday sales, which is smart because holiday season starts, October 1st, or if not earlier. So I'll show you how to do that preferred customer program. What you guys are going to do now, you'll be able to order the brand new products. They don't come out for a month, remember. But if you are a Star Consultant or you did preferred customer program, you can order 5 days before they come out. So that will be August 10th. Okay? So Star Consultants are ready. Almost a Star Consultant. That's happening. Almost a Star Consultant. Okay? So you'll be able to order those 5 days early. If you are not a Star, then you can order on the 15th. Okay? And so, what was I going to say with the rest of that? Oh, here's what you're going to do. You're going to order yourself catalogs. You're not going to order like hundreds of that one because it's only around for a little while. But you're going to order what you want of those, and you're going to connect with all of your customers. Okay? So what you do if you send the lookbook to them, you're going to call them. And you're going to say, hey, I'm so excited. I just sent out the catalog to you. I want to make sure that you don't throw it away when you get it. So be looking in your mail for the Mary Kay lookbook. I had that sent to you specifically. And there is a fragrance sample in there. So I want you to try it out, see if you like it. And then you have to go look at what the new gift with purchase is. Okay, those are the only magazines, there should be still the only magazines that actually have a picture of that new gift with purchase, which is going to be a mini microderm. Microderm is shifting a little bit. The second formula is changing to a pore minimizer, which is going to be fantastic because people really want to have those minimized pores. And so they're going to have a mini size that you can give as a gift with purchase. So when you're calling your customers to check up, get them excited about what they're looking for. Okay? And then let them know you're going to call them again. Okay? If you really start to train your customers with preferred customer program, you will get so many more orders. Okay? So you're going to call them ahead of time to let them know to look for it. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to let them know if they call you before you call them, when they get that book, to place their order, that you'll give them 10% off their order. Okay? Now, if they don't call you within a couple days and you know when it's showing up, okay, and you'll get one in the mail too, then you're going to call them again. You're going to say, hey, Susie, I just want to make sure you got that lookbook. You did? Oh, did you look? Did you see the gift of purchase? Did you smell the fragrance? What do you think? Oh, it's your favorite? Okay, and I do have the products already. There's new limited edition thing that's whole like this modern thing that's going out. I'd love to swing by and let you, play with a few of the things. When's a good time? It'll just take 15 minutes. Okay? Swing by and now obviously I'm telling you guys all to call people and you didn't send it. So your conversation is a little bit different. A brand new lookbook just came out. I have your copy in my hands. And I have some samples for you of the brand new products, the brand new line. I would love to swing by just for like 15 minutes. When's a good time? Okay? So I'm coming by, tomorrow and Thursday. Doesn't work for our 10, but whatever. Which one of those works better for you? And then just 15 minutes, and you're going to come by, and you're going to bring them their lookbook. It's going to be stamped with your information on it, right? And you're going to bring them a couple samples and let them smell some things. And just have an impromptu little session. You're coming to their house with little goodies and a catalog. If they need anything, they're going to be getting it from you right then. Okay? Did you want to go ahead and give your bottles a shake and see if you're running low on anything? Will you shake that guy? There you go, thanks. That's, in fact, write that down. Do you want to go ahead and give your bottles a shake, see if you're running low on anything? That is such a nice way to ask for a reorder. Right? Because people will call you at 6:30 in the morning because they are out of foundation and they have a meeting at 9.
I just had that happen.
Uh-huh.
They called me at 7:30 and I'm like half asleep and I'm like, I don't even know if you're staying. Like,
Yeah, and they will do that.
She wanted a foundation.
So they do that, and then they're like, I'm leaving town tomorrow. And, you're like, well, I'm out of town. What am I, So if you stay proactive with your customers, every couple of months, when that lookbook comes out, is a great time to connect with them. Either over the phone and come by, or because you're bringing them a new lookbook and some samples. Okay? And then, do you want to give your bottles a shake to see if you're running low on anything? Yeah, sure. Let me do that. 1 second. I'll bring it with me. Okay?
And they may not even realize it was low.
Oh, absolutely. Some of the products you can't tell. And some of the things they're like, oh, I'll call her tomorrow. Or they've been meaning to. And then if they run out and you're not available, they're walking their way over to a drugstore and getting some sort of... right? Because you're not going to walk out and go to your meeting or your work or whatever not looking like you want to look. But if you don't have it, then of course. So staying in touch with your customers that way. 2 + 2 + 2 is your follow-up with your customers. Who's heard of that before? Okay, do you remember what it is?
2 days, give them a call for see if they're using it. 2 weeks.
So 2 days. Now this is if they're buying skincare. You could do this with anybody, but I do it mainly with skincare sets. So you want to follow up on those skincare sets. So, hey, and you can tell them when you're doing that individual close. I'm going to be calling you or texting you in a couple of days and making sure that you're, started using it and that you're getting into it and you know what you're doing. So call them up or text them in a couple of days. Hey, I just wanted to check in, make sure you've got everything out and you're using it, have you figured out like the order of application? Is that kind of getting it down a little bit more? And yes or no. And then if some people haven't even opened the boxes yet, and that just jogs their memory to do it. Okay. Some people maybe have an issue. I broke out, or this, I don't think like this foundation color is the right one for me. You can fix that issue right away if you're calling them. If you're not, they're going to let it go, and it's going to be a return later, or they're going to be unhappy and they're not going to reorder from you. So if you want to keep your customers, that follow-up call or text is so important because what it says to them is, I care about you after the sale. Okay? And so then, and I did not do that with that girl that was pissed that I hadn't contacted her. I did, however, go out to her house and I showed her everything I had to do. So, whatever. But you want to stay in contact with them. And then in 2 weeks, you should be doing a checkup facial or a color appointment that is also a checkup facial. So your customers should turn into your hostesses, if at all possible. Or get them to a meeting. Yeah. Hey, I would love to kind of check up and see how everything's going. Get them an incentive. I'll hook you up with a half-price mascara just for coming. I just want to kind of see, how your skin's looking. If you bring a few girlfriends, we're doing a color appointment. Get them to something else, okay?
And I'm mad about that, but the time that I did do that with a girl, she bought a roll-up bag, and I was like, well, I want to see you, in a couple of days, and we'll do, like, a follow-up, see how it's going. And she ended up signing up and being, Star Consultant. Mm-hmm. So it's good to get a grant from you, and that's a good reason, too.
And it's within 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be exactly 2 weeks, but within 2 weeks, you should be seeing them a second time, a meeting, a sharing appointment, a follow-up facial, whatever. And then the 2 months is the catalog and connecting with them via phone again. Okay, so offering that great customer service. Any questions about that? Make sense? Okay, I'm going to write down what we're doing. PCP, party tracking, and 2 + 2 + 2. Okay. All right, so the other thing that I want to share with you guys about PCP is how I keep track of my customers. Okay, so this is my one of many of my boxes that I have my customer profile cards in. Notice what boxes these are? These are the Time-Wise repair boxes. Great uses for them. I never throw these away because they're pretty.
They're beautiful.
You could use them as shadow boxes, it's art, whatever. You could put, what is this? The metronome? It's like a metronome in the back of it. It's good storage, right? But I have probably 5 or 6 of these full, and I have other ones that were from before that were from Chico. So I have 2 different ways that I keep track of my customers because I do not remember everybody's last name. So if I'm looking for a customer by last name, good luck, I'm never going to find him. And when they're calling you, you don't want to be like, and what was your last name? You know, hey, this is Sarah. Great. Don't remember which Sarah out of the 15 I saw last month that you are, but whatever. So, but I could look at my weekly or my party tracking sheet, right? Figure it out. But I track my people in 2 ways. So anybody who has bought $40 or more from me within the last year goes on my PCP. Okay? Now, when I'm entering people on PCP, it's by last name. So those are the only people that I track by last name. It's very simple. I get done with a party. I enter my weekly, my information on my party tracking sheet. Okay? And then I staple the sales ticket or multiples to the back of their profile card. And then I file it. Now, if it was $50 or more, or sorry, $40 or more, then it goes in here based on last name. And if it was not, then it goes in one of my other ones that is alphabetized by first name. Does that make sense? Okay, so I put them in here, and then when they order something else, I add that next sales ticket to the back. Okay, so this girl, Leah, she's ordered lots from me. Oh, those were referrals. And her daughter now signed up as a consultant, and so they order through her. Okay, but I had consistent reorders from her, and so you staple them to the back and put them in. I'm still sending her a mailing because her daughter is kind of personal use, and I'm sure she's not getting on there and sending her one. So I want to make sure that the mom still gets a catalog so that she orders from the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. I leave these in here for a year because I figure, 70 cents a name, that's, $3 when it's all said and down for a year. I'll spend $3 on somebody that spent 40 to see if they're going to reorder. And if they're not, if they go that whole year without reordering, when I'm going through, I'm looking at the date on the profile card. And I'm seeing, is it past the year? And I'll pull it out. Have I talked to her? Have I anything? Has there been any communication with her? No? Okay. I'm not going to continue sending her the catalog. And then this one, there's ways when you do PCP to see all of the new people since you last enrolled. So anybody who's been put in your customer base new since the last time you sent the mailings. So that's a whole lot less. I've got, thousands of customers. So there's only like 130 that were in there for the last 2 months. Okay? So when I'm going through the dates and I'm looking, this says 5/18. Okay, I'm going through my new people and I'm adding her so that she can get the lookbook. And then I'm going through my enrolled ones. You have these drop-down menus. I'm going through the enrolled ones and I'm taking the ones off that are not going to get it anymore. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions about this? How I track my stuff? Okay. As you're getting more, you'll be able to do that. But if you start with systems for the beginning, this is kind of tried and true. For me, it's really easy. I can go look up anything. When somebody says, hey, I need a foundation, if I haven't heard from them in a while, I'm probably going to go to the alphabetical by first name. But if I know who they are, I've been, I feel like I've heard their name a lot and they're ordering things, and I'm going to start here. Okay. All right. So I want to show you some things online. So I'm trying to figure out if there's any way that we can video it.
Well,
We want to try, and then if not, we can just edit it. Okay, so why don't you guys bring your chairs over here and kind of gather around.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let it go. That looks pretty good.
Someone can see.
Can you guys see the computer over the screen? See the one computer over the other computer? Okay, so I was just talking about PCP, so I'm going to go to that really quick first. Here's business tools. Can you guys all see? Business tools, preferred customer program. Okay, now you do need to have entered your customers in your customer base first. So that's just down here under my customers, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. But at least their name, their address, their phone number, and their email should be in there. Okay, so I'm going to go to preferred customer program right here. I have a few different options because I have already enrolled customers in the past. I'm going to go to quick enroll. Okay, because that means anybody that I sent it to last time is already enrolled. Okay, so if you look here, I have a few people that are clicked on here. Oh, I have 2 people that are clicked on here. How is that? Okay, because it only gives you 10 per page. Oh, here we go. It updated now. You can do 20 per page if you want to, which definitely do that if you can. But my only frustration with this is how few people I can see at one time. I would like to see more, but you got to work with what you work with. So I sent out 172 last time, and those 172 are checked right now, and I could just check out for my $120 and pay for it and be done. Okay, or I can go through and I can click on this list up here. View all customers, all enrolled, all unenrolled, or all new customers since last enrollment. So I'm going to start with all enrolled. And I can go through and I can take off any of the people that I decided, you know, it's been more than a year, they haven't ordered anything, it's not worth my 75 cents. And I say 75 cents, it's 70 cents, but there's 5 cents tax. So 75 cents, I can take them off. They're not worth my time or energy. Now, what you can do as well, you guys are starting a lot smaller than I'm at right now, is you can call those people. Don't let them get to a year. Call them ahead of time and ask them. I haven't heard from you in a few months. I was just wanting to check in. Now, if you're doing your every single time that lookbook comes out, you won't have to make this phone call. It's really smart to do that ahead of time. But if you haven't been, check in. I haven't heard from you in a few months. I wanted to see if you were still interested in getting the Mary Kay catalog in the mail that I've been sending you. You know, are you still using your products? Are you interested in them? You know, would you like to come back and you know, update your look? Check in with them while you're still small, while you still have a customer base of, you know, 3,000 people. So you can go through, you can unenroll, and then you can update your order whenever you want. So you can go through all of those, and then you just click 1 through 19, because this was my last enrollment. That was like, I did a couple of them last night, sorry. So then all unenrolled I could do, and that's going to be everybody else, right? And then all new customers since last enrollment, and I can look at those and I can see and I can click on them if I want to enroll them. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you do your order summary. Now I'm able to do this right now because it's a brand new session. So I would recommend anybody that you want, you can do part of it now, but you want to check in and do the rest of them at the end. You can do multiple orders. You don't have to do them all at one time. Okay? So check in anybody that you want to get the next one. Put it in now so it's just done. And then at the end of this thing, August 15th, go in and see who else you've done in the last month and who else needs to be on there. And then you just check out. Okay? So the other thing here that I'm going to show you guys is education. Who's gone under consultant education online? Couple of you? Okay. So this is really huge because you can do all of your studying from your closet if you have to. Now these sessions are nice and you get to ask and answer questions, but there's so much in here that you don't get, you know, maybe from me, and you can do that education otherwise. So the Silver Wings Scholar Program, this is fantastic. You will learn so much about your business by going through these. New independent beauty consultant. All of these different lessons, making time work for you, building your customer base, coaching the hostess, selling an inventory. This is directly from Mary Kay, their specific training. Okay, so all of these little classes are about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes that it's going to take you. So go through, let's make time work for us. They're interactive. It talks about the weekly plan sheet, the Mary Kay date book, the 6 most important things list, and income producing activities. We talked about some of those last week. Okay? And then it will teach you how to do it. Right? Really, really important. I really suggest that you guys go through these and do them. Okay, open. And get back to them. No, you're fine.
Would you show me where you can enter in all your customers?
Yes, I will do that. 1 second. Well, right here, look at number 2, building your customer base. But go through all of these, and that's just one of them. That's just the new independent beauty consultant. Here we have professional sales. Okay, and there's more. What should I already know? How do I book from Warm Chatter? What is Warm Chatter? How do I book from a class? How do I book from a referral? How do I prepare for a class? Communication skills, help sales. What's the best way to build long-lasting relationships? How do I best represent my Mary Kay business? Let's see here. Financial management, targeted marketing, team building with integrity, emotional management, great for us women, pre-independent sales director and qualification. These are so, so good. Okay. This one, the power class of the month, we're going to come back to in a second. Wake up. Hopefully that was still recording. We're going to come back to every single month. There's a new power class. Has anybody watched this month's already? Okay, good. So as far as your customers, business tools, my customers. Okay, you can just click on that one. And here, manage your customers. That's when you're looking for one. You can just click right here, new customer. Okay, first name, last name, email. Now these email subscriptions, I definitely would say Beauty News and MKE cards. I don't do product order reminders because I do not take the time and effort to enter every single order onto Mary Kay in Touch. I don't feel like that's necessary. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Their phone, what kind it is, their address, and you can put all sorts of things in here. Look at this. New baby. Oh, you okay? Date for a new baby, date for a new job, their vacation. You can track your customers so that when you are talking to them, you pull it up, you've got notes or comments. You can keep such good track of your people. Now, something else that you should do since you're new, get their picture. Take a picture of every single skincare class. Take a picture of your people. Say, I really like to keep track of my customers so I can have your face next to your name in my customer base. Could I just snap a quick picture? Or do before and afters. Print them out, put them on my before and after wall. Okay, and then obviously you're going to put the after one on here. But what a great way. There's no way I could do that now going back to my 3,000 customers and figure out who some of these people are. So keep track of them now and you will be so grateful that you did later. It just takes a few minutes. And then there's profile questions. So this is from the profile card. You can fill in exactly what they wrote. Or they can even go online and they can fill out their own customer information. They can register on your website and fill out this information for themselves. So skincare, makeup. If you're doing a color appointment with somebody, I usually have them fill this out with me on my computer. And even a fragrance profile. Okay? So and then you save that customer, then you're in your customer base, and then they will show up as somebody to enroll. Question?
Once they're in, so whatever, say, I don't know, a week later, whatever, can we go back in and update or change whatever?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're always editable. You can delete, you can whatever you need to do.
Is there a spot for their husband?
You can put it in the notes. Yeah.
So we put everybody into this, and then we go to the PCP?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So any profiles cards that you get, I put in here. Now, something that a sister sales director did that I thought was a good idea is if they didn't buy anything, she didn't put their address in. so that you're never sending a catalog to somebody that didn't buy something. And so the people that are in there that have an address, not an email address, because you always want people to get the emails, but that don't have an address, that they didn't buy anything. And if you are ever purging through your customers and wanting to, have less for whatever reason, obviously you would start with those. Okay? So then I'm going to go back to here, the power class. Now I'm only going to do this once with you guys. No, I'm going to show you something else here first. And then from now on, during the month, you'll know that there's a new one every month. But did you guys see my post on this?
Yeah.
So, wow, it took me right to order it. How funny. This is the Glow and Tell Party Kit. One per customer. You can place it when you place an order. I did order one with my order yesterday. They're limited to whenever we sell out. It has a selfie stick. It has like a little display thing. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't talk about it. It's in the power class. I almost forgot. Okay, never mind. It's out now. It's available, though. Okay, education. Power class of the month. So we're going to start right here. If you can't see, go ahead and move.
It's Elisa Alexander with the Power Class of the Month. Well, this is one of my favorite months of the year. It's the time of year that I get to say, Happy New Year! Well, the topic of the month is Let's Get It Started. So let's get it started with Independent Senior National Sales Director, Sandy Valeria. Sandy, I'm so glad to have you here on the Power Class of the Month set, particularly in the month of July. Okay, so as I mentioned, it is my second time of the year to say Happy New Year. Why is July so important?
Well, July sets the tone for your entire year. This is a fresh start, a new year, a new you. And just think about many of race is won at the start of Engage.
That's right.
And I think it's the time to set up your year and get going, because what you do in July is going to fall through to August and September and your entire year. So now is the time to make things happen.
That's absolutely right. Something that you taught also is, what are your goals? Now is the time to set those goals. Isn't that right?
Well, you have to have a goal, because if you don't have a goal, okay, you're going to end up where you are, the same place. And with a goal, you're going to get what you want. So you need to find out, what is it that I want? What do I desire? What is going to change in my life by setting that goal?
I love that. And another thing that you teach, Sandy, is the importance, particularly now, at the beginning of the seminar year, of dreaming. And not just dreaming, but dreaming big. Can you talk more about that?
Oh my gosh, dreams. We're all about dreams in Mary Kay Cosmetics. And what a company that lets us dream, and a company that believes in dreams and believes in us as individuals. And I would just want to say that, what are you dreaming about? If I had a magic wand, what would you want? If I could wave a magic wand over you and you could have anything you want, your desire, what would you want?
Right.
Sometimes it's money for vacations or to pay bills, or maybe it's to become a car driver or a director or a national sales director. And we always say that NSD means never stop dreaming.
Yes.
And we never, ever stop in this business.
That's right.
But if you don't have a dream, you won't have a dream come true.
That's right.
So I want you to think about, what is your dream?
That's right. I really love that, you guys. So you now have, most of you are independent beauty consultants. So you have a Mary Kay business. You are the owner of your own business. So the question is, what is your dream? One of my favorite quotes to use at this time of year, every year, is Mary Kay's quote, "What will you do with this year so new?" So what will you do with this year? What's that big dream? All right, so we're getting the new year, starting strong, getting it started right. What does that really look like in terms of the specifics? I know when some people hear us talk about dreaming, they think, okay, I got it, I got the big picture, but what does it really mean to start the year off right, Sandy?
Well, when you have a dream in your heart and you have a dream in your mind and you see yourself where you want to be, dreams become goals.
Yes.
And it goes back to setting the goal. Okay, what is it that I want? And breaking that goal down into, just little things like, what do I need to do daily? What do I need to do monthly, yearly? And just have your goals and have your short-term goals and your long-term goals. But
That's right.
breaking it down that you know what you want.
That's right. So you know what you want in terms of the big picture, and then I also hear you saying breaking it down into increments. What does that look like every month? What does that look like every week? What does that look like every day? And then something else you teach, Sandy, is the importance of making it visual. Can you talk about that, particularly for people who just started their business? What does it mean to really make your goal come alive in that way?
Well, I would say that I know for myself that visually I need to see it in my mind for myself.
Yes.
I need to see myself achieving that goal and how I'm going to feel. And then visualizing it that I tell people about it.
Yes.
I have posters all over my house. I have 3x5 cards posted everywhere I am,
Yes.
so that it constantly reminds me of what my dream is.
That's
and
right.
what my goal is and how I'm going to achieve it. And it kind of just makes it impossible, when you visualize it and you have these things there to remind you all the time that this is what I'm working for.
That's right. So we're setting the goal. We're making the goal more specific. We're making it visual. One of the things I love that you just said is we're not keeping it a secret, right? The goal is not a secret. And a part of that is communicating it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You have to tell people about your goals. Tell your family so they know
Yes.
why you're doing what you're doing and what benefits there are for them. Tell your sales director. She's your cheerleader. She's
Yes.
going to help you. And tell your friends. And Mary Kay always said to us, if your friends don't laugh, that means your goal isn't high enough.
I love it.
Isn't that great?
I
And that's
love
so
that.
true.
Okay, because I think some people in our audience don't communicate, don't share it because they're afraid of the response. I mean, I think that happens, don't you?
Absolutely. They're so afraid of what other people think. And when you stop worrying about what everybody else thinks and what they're going to say, that's when you truly take control of your dreams, your goals, and your life.
And your business.
It's all about the business.
That's right.
Yes.
I love it. So you're developing a plan, you're developing those goals, you're making it visual, you're communicating, but then there comes the work. Right?
Absolutely.
Right. It's the work. You got to work the plan. Right? And one of the things I love that independent.
Oops. I've never did this before.
Senior National Sales Director Kim Walker says is working will work when wishing won't. Don't you love that?
Absolutely.
I've heard that from so many of you.
Come on, good. Wiggle and ice frozen. Not sorry.
You. Right, working will work when wishing won't. And then something else you talk about, just quickly, Sandy, is the importance of accountability. Could you share a little bit on that? Just being accountable?
Yes. And in our business sometimes, just being accountable to yourself is just not enough.
Yes.
We have to be accountable to someone who will not listen to our excuses, but will help us find a solution.
Yes.
Someone who will encourage you. And so we need to be accountable. Your sales director is the greatest person to be accountable with.
Yes. Your independent sales director certainly has been down the road that you traveled on, and it reminds me of Mary Kay's teaching around balcony people and basement people. I know you've heard that 1,000 times. Can you share?
Can you stop stuttering?
Is it freezing a lot?
Yeah.
Am I the only one noticing that her eyes?
Share that with our audience that may never have heard that before.
I know. I noticed the dying nuts.
Come on.
Get together.
Well, we
Let's see if making it smaller will help at all. Okay, let's pause it for a second, see if buffering will help. I think I'm just having issues with my internet this morning. So, what did you hear so far?
Dreams.
Dreams?
Share.
Share 'em. I love what they said about, like, if your family doesn't laugh at you, then it's not big enough or something like that, right? Your friends?
My boys are like, they're done hearing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm going to prove it to you, and you're not going to drive in my car or ride in my car.
There you go, right?
Yeah, when Emily first started, she like called me and was like, "Come over and let's just practice and just have fun." And her husband and everyone kept hearing like, "Stop talking about Mary Kay." We hear it every 5 seconds. But hey, she's this far, so it actually works, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess. I know, you guys all believe it when her free car actually shows up, right? Like, oh, really? It works. Okay, so dreams are huge, right? So I had this was all planned, but it sounds like we might have to wait on this. I know that last week we did a little bit about what your goal is for this next lunch. y'all. Here's everybody. Say hi. Okay, what your guys' goal is for, by the end of September, but that's not really your dream, right? So we want to talk a little bit more about what your dream is, because I feel like that's what's going to drive you more than, I need to go make money. Okay? So have you guys heard yet somebody say, what's your why? No? Wow. Okay. So if I ask you, now, do you guys all have paper in front of you? If you don't, grab some paper. It's a little exercise. Those of you at home on the video screen, do this too. Grab a piece of paper. So my first question, you're just going to write this down. It's very, very individual. Okay? Why did you start Mary Kay? You can do it too.
Huh.
Said you can do it too. On your hand.
It's a very simple one word.
Okay, so once you've written down why you started Mary Kay, I want you to tell me why that reason. Not tell me, but write it down. Think about it. This should get harder and harder and harder. So we'll do it with Emily. Why did you start Mary Kay?
Financially.
Money.
I needed the money.
You needed the money. Okay, why do you need the money?
To help support my family and not so much money, but I needed to earn money through a job that I could have freedom and flexibility and independence and still be a mom. But I needed that money so I could support my family and give my daughter a comfortable life and give her all the stuff I didn't have.
Okay, so you kind of just said it, but why do you want to give that stuff to your daughter?
Because I didn't have it growing up, so I want her to have everything I didn't have, and I don't want to. You have a lot of choices when you have money, and money is not an issue weighing down on you. And I wanted my family to have those choices and to not have that worry always on the back of our mind that, oh, we need more money, we need more money. And so I could get that through Mary Kay and still have my freedom, have my time, and be a mom.
Why?
Why? Because I'm my own boss, I can do my own schedule, I can decide what works best with my life with Mary Kay, and I couldn't with other jobs.
Okay. So, when you're asking yourself why you started something or why you're doing this, whatever your answer is, then you're going to say, why is that my answer? Okay, and dig deeper. So why did I start Mary Kay? I started to make money. I was an entrepreneur, and just in life, I liked making extra money different ways. So that was just it. It was an opportunity to make a little extra cash. Well, okay, why? And maybe the next question should be why are you in it now? Okay, because that's why I started. So then now why are you still doing Mary Kay? Right? Now that I'm making the money and I'm, why am I doing it? Well, no, that's not, okay, so it's hard because I've gotten to where I've gotten. I have changed my mind. What?
I can answer that one.
For yourself? Okay, go ahead.
So why I'm still in it, why I'm still doing it is because I want to make more money, and I know that I can see that in my future, and I've kind of fell in love with the challenge of it, and I have fun, and I enjoy it, and it fills a lot of voids in my life.
What kind of voids?
Friendship, companionship, girl time, confidence, challenges. So it just kind of fills a lot of areas in my life that I was lacking things before.
Why do you feel like you were lacking those before?
Because I didn't have outlets to receive those things, or I didn't have the confidence to go out and get them.
Okay. Do you feel like this is giving those to you?
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Okay. So now that you are a sales director and you've earned a free car, even though you haven't picked it up yet, what is your next goal?
My next goal is to build a very strong team and become a senior sales director.
Okay. Why do you want to do that?
Because I want to help other people get to where I've been and see them succeed.
Okay. What's your ultimate dream in Mary Kay?
To become a national and retire.
Become a national and retire.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to kind of leave that legacy for my family and my daughter, and I want to never have to worry ever about money, to never even have that be a concern on my brain. More my concern, I guess, when I think about money is what to do with it all.
Yeah, right. So do you guys see a theme that goes through there? Yes, there's the money, but at the core of it, it's the family, right? And a lot of it goes down to having her daughter not be raised in the way that she felt she was raised, and having her daughter have what she wants and what she needs, and a solid family that loves her and can take care of her financially. Why? Most of you have heard her story now. How did she grow up? Her family moved around a lot because they were trying to outrun their debt. So she was, moving all the time. She wants her daughter not to have to deal with that and to grow up in a really secure, steady family where money isn't the issue at all. And what can you give your daughter that you didn't get when you have the money to take care of her, So for me, when I started, we had financial ability in life. We weren't struggling too much, but I was a teacher. And every time you have a new level, you have a new why. So I forget the phrase for that. But new level, new devil, is that what it is? That's something different. There's those too. But every time you have a new level, you're going to have a new why. I guess watching. Hi. A new level, a new why, because what is it that's going to get you up in the morning? Okay? So when I lost my teaching job, my why changed. I don't know that I really had a why. It was make a little extra money, have fun. I was earning prizes. I was hanging out with girls. That was fun to me to have a social life. Okay, that's probably why I kept into it right at the beginning. Well, when I lost my teaching job, my why changed significantly. I did not want to feel the hurt and frustration that I felt by getting laid off. That was not a happy time for me, and I did not like it, and I was not going to go back to having somebody else control how I felt about myself based on my job, right? And so I had already been in Mary Kay, and I knew that I didn't want to feel like that anymore, and I knew that I could do this. And I knew that I loved the friendships and the people and the positivity and the women that were around me in Mary Kay, that these were people that I could do life with. Okay? The other people that I was working with before, some relationships a little bit here and there, but obviously nothing strong enough, kept getting laid off. So I wanted to have something that was secure and set that I controlled. Okay? So I knew that we needed the money that I wasn't getting anymore from teaching. And I knew that I wanted this to be the thing that would give it to me. So that was my why. That got me up in the morning. Okay? That got me through JIQ. That got me through my first year of directorship. There was a lot of hurt that came with me getting laid off and the way that I got laid off. And so I was healing from that a lot for that first couple of years. When I went back to that school in my brand new car, that was kind of fun. That felt good. You know, I wasn't parading it around, but I had to go there for a different reason. And I ran into, another teacher and like, so what are you doing? How's it going? And I was like, well, I'm doing Mary Kay now, and I just started my first free car, and that was really impressive to her, and she was excited about that. And so that was kind of nice for me to feel like I had gone from something that was an esteemed position to being something in Mary Kay, that I had moved up, that I wasn't worthless, I wasn't useless, I was good at something, not that I was bad at teaching, in my opinion, but that there was something that I could still do, that it wasn't the only thing I had, And so then moving up from there was some times that it was just kind of maintenance and I didn't really know my why. When I was shooting for Cadillac the first time, that was where I had to really shift things, because now I'm going from, I'm just living in my sales director world where, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Hello, just a second. Okay, where I was living in my sales director world and I was maintaining and I was making my money and I was working, still always working, but not striving for the next level. So when I was striving for the next level, I really had to take a look at what my why was, because I couldn't have done it without that. So I asked myself those questions, why? And what it came down to at that point was that I wanted to be a leader worth following. Okay, and that has kind of really been what it is for me. I feel like since then, and it took me a while to figure it out. You may not come up with it exactly right now, but it should be on your mind and be thinking about it. For me, I grew up playing sports. I did music a little bit. I was a student. Obviously, I went to college. I became a teacher. All of these different things. I spoke Chinese. I went to China. I got married. I had a kid. So these different life things that we do and the accomplishments and the levels that we reach in those different things. Was I a good athlete? Yeah, I was pretty good. I was probably the best at soccer. I was best at being a goalkeeper. In ninth grade, we were in the championship game for our league. And as the goalkeeper, it's kind of an important position, right? We had gone into double overtime, and we were going for the shootout. Ninth grade, freshman in high school, a little nervous. We're getting down to a shootout, and this is for the championship game, and I was nervous. And when there was another girl that offered or something, the coach asked, like, are you good? Do you want to do this? Do you want to be the keeper for this? And some other girl was like, I'll do it. And I was like, yeah, let her do it. Okay. I was a good goalkeeper, but I was scared to lose. I didn't want that on my head. I let her do it. We won. But that wasn't my victory. Okay. So I feel like I got scared. I copped out. Okay. Was I a good teacher? I feel like there was times that I was great. There's times I probably could have been a little bit better, organization-wise maybe. But I really worked hard. I loved my kids, and we did some really fantastic stuff. I got laid off in a way that I didn't appreciate. And end of the day, wasn't my fault, but it still felt bad to me. Okay? And so that was something I felt like was just weighing on me. Volleyball. I was okay at volleyball. I was pretty good. I played in college, small college. Here, Simpson. My senior year, supposed to be our best year ever, the greatest victory, where we got a brand new coach, and I had come into it with a completely new attitude. I was going to be this great leader and all of this stuff. I wasn't the best player, but I was pretty solid. And this brand new coach took us through some crazy new drills and all these different things. And there were times that as a team, she would say, okay, one person, anytime the ball hits the ground, at least one person on your side has to do this dive and roll thing. And I was like, okay. So I was the middle hitter. So I was at the net. And anytime the ball would hit the ground, I would look and I would see, okay, did somebody do it? Great, fantastic. And if they didn't, then I would do it. But I wasn't always doing it. And a lot of times there were more than one person doing it. Okay? And I look back on it and I say, as a coach looking down, that girl's not in it all the way. She's making sure that other people are doing it, but she's not concerned about her spot. I thought my spot was secure. Okay? I got cut because I didn't put the effort in. I wasn't willing to do it all. Okay? And I wasn't the best. And there was girls that were not as good as me that stayed on the team because they worked. Right? So I ended up playing soccer, loved it, that was great, whatever. But things don't always happen the way that we expect them to. And so I had these series of things where I was like almost great. Oh, and that year they won the national championship. Okay, the year that I got cut and wasn't a part of the team. Okay, well, why? Because she chose the people that were willing to work for it. Okay, so series of disappointments of things where I feel like I hadn't lived up to my potential. You know, it was there and I hadn't gotten there. So the things that I felt in life that I was great at up to that point was I felt like I was doing really well in Mary Kay. I feel like I'm great at this business. I could do it. I feel like I've gotten there as far as my own personal business. Teaching and training, I was getting better at that. But my own personal business, I could rock it. I had earned the second free car and whatever, right? And I felt like that I was a great mom. That was something that I felt like I'd done really well with my kids. I love my kids. I've got great kids, you know, and I feel like I was really good at that. But I wanted to have something that was like not just that I'm good or great, but that I could bring other people with me. You know, like I don't want to just be in the mid sector here of people doing my thing. Even as a sales director in Mary Kay, I don't want to be the status quo in the middle. Like I want to, and I don't want to just be great. I want to bring everybody with me so that I can teach and train other people how to do it, so I can see that success in them and know that I was able to help that. Because that's a leader, right? That's a leader, somebody that can take other people with them and teach and train somebody else how to do what they've done. So Emily, now I can't claim a ton of credit for her. I did teach and train her a lot, but she has the work ethic and she had a lot on her own. But she got there in 9 months. And I was her sales director. I was kind of the only person she had to look at.
No wonder,
you know?
I called you 24 hours a day.
Well, you know, but
undergrade what you did to help me get here.
So, but yeah, okay. So I did. I helped you a lot, but I'm not also undergrade. That's not the right word for it. Discounting your personal. I mean, you're off the charts ability. You're amazing. But yes, I have been able to duplicate myself now with the sales director, and now we are all duplicating. Both of us are duplicating you guys and helping us move forward. That is my why. Honestly, y'all, I could care less about a pink Cadillac. I like it. It's a fantastic car. I like that it's free, and I like the fun of it. I like it, but I could care less about it. I wanted to be a leader worth following. I wanted to be somebody that you guys would show up here. He's going to show up here because there's something that we have that we can give to you to teach you and send you guys out to be able to find this for yourselves. And then you guys can help other people find it. The money, I mean, really at the end of the day, money's important, you know? And was it your sharing appointment yesterday? I was saying money doesn't matter if you have it. If you have it, it doesn't matter. But when you don't have it, it's kind of the most important thing. Because you're frustrated, constantly beating your head up against the confines of what you can and can't do, or what you can and can't give the people that you love, right? You have more money, you can do more for other people. So, with that, take a couple minutes, figure out, you may not figure it out right away. It took me a long time to get to where that was my gut-wrenching, this is why I do this. And you'll hear people say your why should make you cry. Right? You know, what is it down deep? What are you missing? What do you feel like you need? Where do you want to, why do you want to see yourself over there, up there, in whatever? Where are your goals and why do you want to be there? What influence do you want to have on the people around you? What is, you know, and I'm going to say what's missing. So what needs to heal inside of you that's going to come from feeling like you've been successful at something that everybody else in the world will tell you, Nobody's successful at Mary Kay. Yeah, that's just a scam. There's only a few people that can do that. It's a pyramid scheme. You will hear everything. And then you're going to drive your car on their lawn.
Can I do a donut?
As long as you're nice about it after. Mary Kay girl. Right? No, Carol Anton, her story when she earned her first pink Cadillac, and she's our national sales director, her husband was the athletic director at a high school. And
I'm allergic to sad things.
You're allergic to sad.
I'm leaking.
That's a leaking.
I love making her cry.
It's not
pretty easy.
I'm not easily crying. I'm just a pansy.
We'll be flipping through a commercial, and like a semi-sad commercial will come on, and I'm like, we literally flip through it, and you're crying. Like,
Super Bowl, there was a commercial about all the army dads come home with their dogs.
Oh,
and their kids.
that makes everybody cry.
I was holding, having a Jello shot in one hand and a jalapeno popper in the other, and just bawling.
Okay, what was I talking about?
Carolyn.
Yes. Okay. So when she earned her first pink Cadillac, her husband was an athletic director at a high school, and so all of the guys, that he worked with, be like, "Hey, you're in that pink Cadillac yet?" Just kind of mocking her a little bit. And so when she finally earned it, she drove first thing from the dealership straight over to the athletic department onto the lawn and laid on the horn. And got out and she goes, "How do you like my pink Cadillac?" So, okay, so take a few minutes. I'm going to turn this off for a few minutes. And
it won't restart within the same video.
It won't?
No.
Okay, take a few minutes and look at everybody.
No. We're not that sophisticated on our...
Well, I kind of feel like, what time is it? It's 11:30. I kind of feel like we're done with training. If this isn't going to come back up, we can see if this will come back up. If it's buffered enough.
To say a little bit different,
Sure.
Always be with the people who are where you want to be.
Yes.
The balcony people. They're the people who are going to cheer you on. And then, there's people in your life, and sometimes, they are there, and I call them the cellar dwellers. That's where they live, that's where they stay, and they are not going to cheer you on. They're going to bring you down, and you just really need to protect yourself against the negativity, and just be with the balcony people who are cheering you on, and be with consultants and directors who are where you want to go.
That's right. So independent beauty consultants, independent sales directors, independent national sales directors like yourself who are in the balcony cheering you on. I love that. Okay, so you guys, I'm so excited about the next portion of our show. We're going to do something that we've never done before, and that's answer your questions directly. Now, before I jump in, Sandy, how long have you had your Mary Kay business?
I have been building my business in Mary Kay for 30 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, and because she's had a Mary Kay business for 30 years, I can't think of a better person to answer your questions. So here's question number 1. How do you get past the you aspect of being stuck? If fear and procrastination are holding you back, how do you get unstuck, Sandy?
Well, the number one thing is to get off of yourself, because we are the one who holds us back in our business, and we sabotage ourselves all the time, and procrastination is nothing but sabotaging yourself. Find out, what is your purpose, because when you have a purpose and a why and a reason, that gives you the courage to step out and make things happen. Or otherwise you're just going to stay where you are, and don't compare yourself with other people. Because we always know this, you compare your weaknesses with somebody else's strengths, and you always come in second. And I heard a long time ago that made so much sense to me, that when you get off yourself and stop thinking about yourself and what other people are thinking about you, and you get onto other people and think, what can I do for them? And how can I make them feel great? Or how could the Mary Kay business, enrich their life? That made the difference.
It does make the difference. Oh, Sandy, you're doing so good. Another great question we got is, I'm having trouble with people canceling at the last minute. Is there a way I can counter this? So what do you do with last minute cancellations?
Well, it's a part of the business, number one, and it happens. And, you can't let it get you down. You have to keep on going. And what I have always done is coaching. The hostess packet, calling them and telling them how excited I am, or texting them. I always call them the day before, and I tell them that I will be out all day tomorrow, and they won't be able to reach me, so I will be there at 7:30. And you can count on me, rain or shine, I will be there.
And on that note, that is actually a really good idea to do.
I love it.
And I just need to know that I can count on you. So if you have anything come up, you will need to call me back today to let me know that, because I won't be reachable tomorrow.
I love it. Thank you, Sandy. Here's our last question. What time frame do you use from the initial contact to the follow-up after the team building appointment? Sandy, I'm so glad that we got that question, because I think follow-up is one of those things we need to talk more about. All right, so what do you suggest?
Follow-up is the key. But when you follow up, first of all, at the end of that team building appointment, I always say to her, I'm going to call you in the next 24 hours. Because within the next 24 hours, you are going to make a decision from your heart. And after that, you're going to talk yourself out of it because of, just circumstances. So I want you to know that you need to follow up with that customer and say to her, can I call you tomorrow? What's best for you? And I set that time immediately the next day to call her up and to see what she thought about, what questions she has, and to answer anything that she needs answered at that time. Because if you don't follow up, it will fall through the cracks.
I love it. The fabulousness is in the follow-up.
Absolutely.
That's right. Okay, so one of the things I want us to address, and I know our time is wrapping up, there's never enough time for a good conversation, but I want to talk about being busy this year versus being productive. Like, what does that look like? Because I don't want to give people the impression that we're saying just be busy. We want them to get it started, but get it started right by being productive. What recommendations do you have?
Well, I think we can all be busy just doing, 100 faces. And so many times we get those challenges to go out and do 100 faces. But what faces are you out there, sharing the product with? If you go into a nursing home, if you go into a school, they're faces. But I don't call those bona fide faces. You need to go out there and book from your parties, find the leads, find the people who you would love to share this product with, and also someone that you love to share the opportunity with.
Right.
Because we can get caught up being busy, organizing ourselves to organize ourselves, and nothing gets done.
Right.
It needs to be productive. And something I always ask myself when I was doing something, is this getting me closer to my goal?
Yes.
Ask yourself that. That is so important.
It is. It's so important, because I think it could be just easy to, faces. But are you thinking about sharing the opportunity? Are you thinking about selling the product? You have to do both, right? When you're your own business person, you have both goals in mind this year. You guys, we are so very excited about your opportunity to build your business this year. Anything else just in terms of being productive this year and not just busy?
Well, I think being productive as far as team building is concerned. We can tell the masses about the Mary Kay opportunity, and believe me, I think it's great for every woman to be in a Mary Kay business.
Yes.
But not every woman, once more, has a desire to change where she's at. We want to talk to the women who want something, who have a desire.
Yeah.
Who have a desire.
Who want to change their life and their family's life. And
goodness gracious. Okay, let's pause it. And we'll call that good.
Mary Kay always said, don't share the opportunity with
next time it
anyone
happens, we'll turn it
who
off
you
again.
wouldn't room with at seminar.
Wow.
And think about that.
Wow.
They're the ones.
Okay, somebody turn all that stuff off.
And that.
Are we done with the class for today?
Yeah, you can tell on the video to have them go watch the whole thing themselves. And there's more of it. Talks about the glow and tell kit, and it's really like 3 videos.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in for our second class of the Pink Boot Camp. So for you guys that are doing the class at home, your homework for today is to complete watching the MK Power Class video And what's some other good homework for them, for our home
They
viewers?
need to do the party tracking sheet. They need to make sure their brain book is up and running.
Okay, and so we want you to how about you like just snap a picture of your party tracking sheet and text us a picture of it, and then we want you to start your brain book as well. And so
and obviously facial people do sharing appointments.
yeah, do your sharing appointments. Facial people, if you're not local, I can do over the phone sharing appointments, and if you're local, then call me and Amber and we will set those up with you. All right, guys, thank you.